transforming rejection into strength. 13 Stoic lessons for embracing setbacks. Have you ever felt like the universe just slammed the door in your face? That moment when you've given everything you've got, only to be met with a resounding no. I've been there, and I bet you've felt it too. It's that painful sting that makes you feel like you've been dismissed, left behind, or worse, like you're just not enough. It feels like standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down into an abyss, wondering whether you'll ever make it to the other side. Rejection has a way of making you feel small, insignificant, and defeated. But here's the twist. What if I told you that rejection, that crushing no, could be the very key to unlocking a life that you never thought possible? What if I told you that rejection could be a powerful, transformative force in your life? Instead of letting rejection push you into the shadows, what if you could use it as fuel to light your way? This is what we'll explore today: how to take that no and turn it into your greatest yes. Stick with me, because by the end of this discussion, you'll see rejection through a new lens, not as a setback, but as a springboard for growth, success, and inner strength. Let's embark on this journey together. And by the end, you'll have a new perspective on rejection. You'll understand how it can be your most valuable tool for self-improvement and success. Let's dive in. Point 1. Rise above negativity. Own your worth. Rejection often brings with it a wave of negativity, whether it's being ignored in a group, overlooked for an opportunity, or passed over by someone whose approval you wanted. Negativity can feel all-consuming. The key to overcoming this negativity is recognizing that how you respond to it defines your character. It's easy to feel small when others don't see your worth, but this is the perfect opportunity to rise above. You see, when someone dismisses you, it reflects their perspective, not your value. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply, teaching that our peace is not disturbed by the external world, but by how we choose to respond to it. By allowing negativity to affect you, you allow others to control your emotions. Instead of getting caught in a cycle of frustration or resentment, choose to invest your time in things that build you up. Pursue hobbies, activities, and relationships that help you grow and remind you of your worth. This might mean spending time with friends who see you for who you truly are, or focusing on passions that make you feel alive and fulfilled. Negativity has no place in your life unless you give it space to breathe. By choosing not to let it bother you are asserting that you value yourself enough to not let someone else's perception define your reality. When you focus on what makes you happy, you begin to thrive regardless of the negativity around you. 2. Stay calm. Master your emotional response when rejection hits. It's natural to feel the sting. Your heart may race, and your mind may be flooded with self-doubt. In these moments, it can feel like your world is crashing down. But here's the key lesson. Staying calm is one of the most powerful things you can do in the face of rejection. Stoicism teaches that you have power over your mind, not over external events. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Rejection may hurt, but it's not the rejection that causes pain, it's the way you respond to it. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a deep breath. Reflect on why the rejection hurts you so much. Often, it's not just about the rejection itself, but the insecurities and self-doubts it triggers. Acknowledge those feelings, but don't let them dictate your next steps. By remaining calm, you can process the experience without it overwhelming you. Staying calm also means treating others with respect, even those who have rejected you. Your ability to maintain composure in the face of rejection shows emotional maturity and strength. It demonstrates that your self-worth is not dependent on the approval of others. 3. Redirect your energy into something positive. When we face rejection, it's easy to get caught up in a cycle of negative thoughts. It's easy to dwell on what went wrong or what could have been. But this is where you can truly take control of the situation. Instead of ruminating on the rejection, redirect your energy into something positive and productive. Use rejection as an opportunity to explore new avenues of growth. If you were rejected for a job, perhaps it's time to focus on developing a new skill that enhances your value. If you were rejected by someone in your personal life, invest your energy in building your own life and finding fulfillment outside of that relationship. Whether it's starting a new hobby, taking on a personal project, or diving deeper into your work, use your time and energy to grow. This not only distracts you from the pain, but also gives you a sense of purpose. As Aristotle said, in the arena of human life, The honors and rewards fall to those who show their good qualities in action. So take action. Show the world your strength, resilience, and creativity. 4. Rejection does not define you. Understand your true worth. It's tempting to let rejection define who you are, to internalize it and believe that you are somehow not enough. But this is a trap. Rejection is not a reflection of your value. It's simply a part of life. In fact, it's often the case that rejection happens for reasons outside of your control. Your worth is not contingent upon someone else's recognition of it. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you constantly tell yourself that rejection means you're not good enough, you'll begin to believe it. But if you choose to see rejection as a stepping stone, as an opportunity to improve, you'll become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When you're rejected, remember, it's not about you, it's about the situation. Rejection doesn't diminish who you are as a person. In fact, it's an invitation to explore new opportunities, refine your strengths, and prove to yourself what you are truly capable of. 5. The power of silence. Let your actions speak for you. It's tempting to want to respond to rejection by confronting those who overlooked you, but often, the most powerful response is silence. When you're ignored or dismissed, don't chase after validation. Instead, choose to focus on what truly matters to your goals, your values, and your growth. Silence isn't about being passive, it's about making a conscious decision not to engage in a battle for attention. Silence speaks volumes. By choosing not to react, you're signaling that you don't need anyone's approval to validate your worth. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." When you choose silence, you rise above the petty conflicts and show that you are in control of your emotions. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means refusing to let someone else's rejection control your actions. Use this time to focus on personal growth or a new project. 6. Prove them wrong. Let action speak louder than words. When faced with rejection, it's natural to feel the urge to defend yourself, to argue your case. But instead of engaging in a battle of words, let your actions prove your worth. The greatest way to respond to rejection is through positive, constructive action. Don't waste your energy trying to change someone's mind about you. Instead, use the energy from the rejection to improve yourself. Whether it's developing a new skill, starting a personal project, or striving for excellence in your career, show your worth through your actions. The Stoic philosophers, particularly Marcus Aurelius, believed that obstacles are opportunities for growth. The impediment to action advances action, he said. So when you're faced with rejection, don't let it stop you. Use it as fuel to move forward, to prove that you can rise above and accomplish even more than you ever thought possible. Point 7. Seek joy in the present moment. Rejection can often lead to negative thoughts, so it's essential to find ways to counterbalance these feelings. One of the most effective ways to do this is by engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's spending time with friends, pursuing a hobby you love, or simply enjoying a quiet moment of peace, joy is a powerful tool in combating the sting of rejection. Aristotle famously said, "Happiness depends upon ourselves." By choosing to find joy in the present moment, you take back control of your emotional well-being. 8. Focus on personal growth. Build a stronger version of yourself. Rejection often comes as a reminder that there's room for improvement. Instead of wallowing in disappointment, focus on building a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. You might start with physical fitness. Exercise has been proven to boost mood and self-esteem. Or maybe you'll invest in your career, learning new skills that make you more valuable. Whatever it is, use rejection as a catalyst for self-improvement. Personal growth isn't just about professional achievements. It's also about developing emotional resilience, improving relationships, and discovering new passions. Every rejection is an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. 9. Act as if their disregard doesn't matter. One of the hardest things to do when you're ignored or rejected is to not seek validation from others. But the most powerful response is to act as if their disregard doesn't matter. This doesn't mean being rude or indifferent. It means choosing to prioritize your own happiness and well-being above their attention. When you stop seeking validation from others, you free yourself from the endless pursuit of approval. This is a powerful form of emotional independence. Your happiness and self-worth should not be contingent on how others treat you. 10. Don't let their actions control your emotions. We can't control the actions of others, but we can control our responses to them. This is the essence of emotional self-mastery. When you feel rejected or overlooked, remember, you have the power to decide how much it affects you. Don't let others' actions dictate your emotional state. Instead, choose to focus on your own goals, your own journey, and your own happiness. Rejection is simply a temporary setback, not a permanent roadblock. 11. Keep your struggles private. Strength and resilience facing rejection can be a painful experience, and it's okay to feel hurt. But it's also important to maintain your dignity and resilience by keeping your struggles private. There's power in processing rejection quietly, without needing to seek validation from others. By doing this, you protect your emotional well-being and keep your focus on growth and improvement. You don't need to share every difficulty you face with the world. Sometimes, the greatest strength comes from working through challenges privately and emerging stronger on the other side. 12. Balance, kindness, and emotional distance. Being kind to those who overlook or ignore you is important, but it's equally important to maintain emotional distance. Kindness should not come from a desire for approval. It should be a reflection of your character. By being kind and professional, regardless of how you're treated, you show maturity and strength. At the same time, it's important to guard your emotional boundaries. Don't get too invested in the behavior of others. Protect your peace and focus on your own growth and well-being. 13. Validate yourself. Seek inner peace. True peace comes from within. Rejection can often cause us to question our worth, but the key is to remember that your value is not determined by others. Seek validation from within by focusing on your strengths, your goals, and your passions. When you cultivate independent of external validation, you empower yourself to thrive, regardless of the rejection you may face. As Marcus Aurelius taught, the ultimate power is the ability to control your inner world. Rejection is just a small part of your journey, but how you react to it defines your future. By finding peace and confidence within yourself, you ensure that nothing, not even rejection, can shake your foundation. In conclusion, rejection is not the end, it's merely a step in your journey. By applying the Stoic principles of emotional resilience, focusing on personal growth, and maintaining your integrity, you can turn every rejection into an opportunity for growth. Rejection is a catalyst for strength. Every time you face a setback, you're not just surviving, you're growing into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. So, embrace rejection, learn from it, and let it propel you to greater heights.